greetings. I am Nirvana Yasmin binti Samsudin. I am your leisure anchor for today. For today's topic, we are going to talk about the Millennium Development Goals, MDG, of the first one, which is Eradicate extreme hunger and poverty. I am going to emphasize on the devaluation of immigrants and refugees. Initially, according to the United Nations, more than 1 billion people have been lifted out of poverty since 1990s. In 1990, nearly half of the population in the developing regions lived on less than $1.25 per day. This rate dropped to 14% in 2015. At the global level, more than 800 million of people are still living in extreme poverty. Poverty is the state of being extremely poor and not having enough money to meet basic needs, including food, clothing, shelter, and unfortunately, in this contemporary world, the state of poverty are still not being aided enough since modern slavery are still practiced until today. According to anti-slavery organization, modern slavery is when an adult individual is exploited by others for personal or commercial gain, whether trick, coerce, or force, they lose their freedom. This includes, but it is not limited to human trafficking, forced labor, and debt bondage. So due to our topic today, the question is, who is the immigrant? Immigrant is a person who moves to a different country or region with the intention of residing there permanently or for an extended period. Immigrants leave their country of origin to seek better opportunities such as employment, education, or to join their family members who are already residing in the destination country. Immigrants often go through legal processes such as obtaining visas or seeking asylum to gain the right to live in another country or to work in that country. Immigrants contribute to the cultural, social, and economic fabric of their adopted countries and nations to bring diverse perspectives, skills, and experiences. In Malaysia, an immigrant refers to a person who moves to the country from another nation with the intention of residing there. Malaysia is a multiracial country that has attracted immigrants from various countries for different reasons, including employment, education, and family reunification. The immigrant population in Malaysia is diverse, consisting of individuals from neighborhood countries such as Indonesia, Thailand, and the Philippines, as well as individuals from countries further away, including Bangladesh, India, and China. Truthfully, immigrants in Malaysia often go through specific legal processes to gain the right to live and work in the country. This can involve by obtaining visas, work permit, or student visas, or other form of documentation depending on the purpose of their stay. It is worth noting that Malaysia has policies and regulations governing immigration, and individuals are expected to abide by the country's law and regulations related to immigration and employment. The immigrant population in Malaysia contributes to the country's economic and cultural diversity. They fill various roles in industries such as manufacturing, construction, services, and domestic work. Additionally, they bring their own languages, traditions, and customs, enriching the cultural landscape of Malaysia. The major reasons of them leaving their old country was to escape from poverty. Some immigrants come with proper documents, while some would just come illegally and thus become the target of some wicked job-seeking agents. Unfortunately, many agents on job-seeking company are actually tricking immigrants by making them as their slave, since immigrants are usually naive and mindless since they have less knowledge on their migrated countries such as the language, law, ethics, and etc. They would usually promise to get higher remunerations and ended up getting less than it or none, overtime of working hours, insufficient food access, and house. This is the reason they ended up being stuck in the poverty, including with their family, back in their original country, and the cycle just keep on repeating. According to the news by the Reuters on 20th of April, Malaysia has launched an investigation to uncover how hundreds of migrant workers arrive from South Asia without jobs, despite having paid steep fees to get employment, officials and right groups say. The issue revives concern over labor abuses in Malaysia, a key manufacturing hub at the heart of the global supply chain that has faced several accusations in recent years over exploitation of workers. Some even took loans to pay recruitment fees, but are unable to start repaying it back without jobs or salaries. Malaysia has faced accusations of forced labor in manufacturing and palm oil production over the years, including some by the United States, which banned imports from several of its firms such as practices. The Malaysian government is investigating the matter, said Asri Rahman, the Director General of its Labour Department, but declined to provide any details until the completion of the inquiry. Next, another news published. The Star reported that a syndicate that exploited foreign women who work as a daily maid and cleaners in a special operation conducted in Temerloh, Pahang on the May 16 have been ambushed by the immigration team. The Immigration Director General Dr. Ruslan Yusof said 10 Indonesian women believed to be victims of the syndicate were rescued during the raids at two premises at about 7 p.m. They were also denied days off or the opportunity to use handphones to contact their families. He added, for the solution, the women have been placed at the immigration depot here for further investigation as they are suspected of violating several immigration laws and regulations. On last year's October, a flight departed from Malaysia taking 150 Burmese asylum seekers back to Myanmar. Malaysia is home to 185,000 registered refugees and asylum workers and many more who are not registered. Most of them are from Myanmar. It was 100,000 Muslim Rohingya who fled repression in Myanmar and overcrowded camps in Bangladesh. Malaysia has become the preferred destination for a number of threatened minority groups from Myanmar, including the Rohingya, the Chin, and the Kachin, says Bill Robertson from Human Rights Watch. Those communities and their network in Malaysia help to protect new arrivals and support efforts to get refugees status and protection from UNHCR. Official Malaysia does not welcome refugee. It is not a signatory to the UN Convention and Protocol on Refugees. It also does not recognize the refugee status given to asylum seekers assessed by the UN Refugee Agency as being at risk if returned to their own country. Malaysia authorities have said little about this and several other flights taking Burmese deportees back to Myanmar. However, the Myanmar embassy in Kuala Lumpur has been posting regularly on its Facebook page about its effort to get documented Burmese nationalists sent back.